If you want to see some sensible transfers for your team, The Athletic are covering every club listed here, and you can get 40% off an annual subscription to start reading today. In this series, we analyse teams, identify problem areas, and suggest solutions in the form of incoming players. Today's episode is about Real Madrid. Welcome to Sensible Transfers. Is the Galactico era over at Real Madrid? Eden Hazard has suffered from injuries and looks short of his best, while Gareth Bale is out of favour and on huge wages. The old model, academy players mixed with the world's finest and most expensive, has been replaced. Instead, Real Madrid have, in the short term, moved to a policy of signing younger players with high potential. Now, some of this is driven by the successes of Real's South American expert Juni Calafat, who has headed scouting in the region since 2014. He's been the driving force behind the signings of Vinicius Jr., Henia, and Rodrigo. And alongside this, Real have recruited talents like Federico Valverde, Eder Militao, Marco Asensio, and Dani Ceballos. Of course, the legacy of the Galactico approach is still very present. Ramos, Kroos, Benzema, Marcelo, and Modric are all over 30, and while they can still perform at the highest level, thoughts will be turning to their replacements. And other gaps remain too. Luka Jovic's move has not worked out. But who in the Bundesliga, apart from Hertha Berlin, has both the inclination and the capital to bring him back to Germany? There is no permanent backup to Courtois in goal, although Andriy Lunin impressed on loan at Oviedo. And as ever, there is Florentino Perez, the autocratic president who has stated that Real will not spend big due to pandemic-related financial constraints, but still hankers for bringing in the world's best. In the short term, Real will use returning loanees like Alvaro Odriozola, who will be Carvajal's understudy, Ødegaard and Ceballos. But buying young players with potential also makes sense, even if Real can shift Bale, Rodriguez and Jovic. So with that in mind, here are two positions that we feel that they might look at. Benzema had an extraordinary La Liga season, one of only two Real players with Ramos to score in double figures. But someone of his calibre is a must. Real don't just need someone who can score, but who also works to facilitate the attacking moves of others. If money were no object, Real would look to Kai Havertz. The Leverkusen attacking midfielder can play as a striker, is incredibly quick, creative, and is both young and already among the world's most exciting players. He'll drop off to pose a threat from deep with his ability to drive at defences or to arrive late onto crosses. Benzema is of course not a pure 9 himself, and replacing him with 12 goals and 6 assists, Havertz makes sense tactically. He also made 3.6 shot-creating actions and 0.48 goal-creating actions per 90, one of the last two actions immediately preceding a shot or goal. In short, he's an elite if hugely expensive player. If Real have the money though, he's of course ideal. Now a less expensive option, and it's a slightly different one, is Gonzalo Paciencia of Eintracht Frankfurt. He's scored 7 and assisted 4 in just under 1,300 minutes. But it's his movement that makes him interesting. Like Benzema, Paciencia is often drifting into the left channel to receive the ball, working well with Eintracht Frankfurt's strong left-sided attack, but he also has the strength to receive the ball in the air. Talented, tactically suitable and less expensive, he's a good option. Our pick though is Sevilla's Carlos Fernandes. Now he's not Real Madrid quality yet, but he's experienced in La Liga, he got 11 goals and 4 assists in his last campaign, on loan at Granada, and can play as either a right inside forward or a striker. He's mobile and gets across the front line, linking play, pushing little through balls into the centre forward, Roberto Soldado last season, or arriving in the box to score himself. He's quick too, and looks like a genuinely interesting, possibly attainable prospect. So again, if Real could spend big, they do well to spend it on Pau Torres. Villarreal's 23-year-old centre-back has a lovely range of passing with his left foot, is quick over the ground and defends proactively. His one-on-one defending could improve, and he's not the most physical centre-back, which is why suggestions of a move to the Premier League seem premature. But he's excelled in a blossoming Villarreal side. The only issue being that he'd cost a lot, and Villarreal are a team building momentum who would be loath to lose an asset. A less obvious pick is Guillermo Maripan, Monaco's Chilean defender who is right-footed but can play either side of the defence. A 6'4", 26-year-old, Maripan is a more physical suggestion and less elegant on the ball, but his 89% passing accuracy is good even if he's more conservative. He made 6.3 blocks or clearances per 90 last season and also rarely makes errors. He's not someone you'd build a defence around, but for an option to come in, not make mistakes, and hold their own physically, he'd be ideal. Our pick, though, is Real Sociedad's Robin Lenormand. The 6'2", 23-year-old right footer can play either side of the defence. He made 6.5 blocks or clearances per 90 last season, is brave in the air, and again, while not an exciting passer of the ball, completed 89% of his passes. He has a slightly odd running style and looks a little clumsy, but there's no one in the Real Sociedad defence who spends more time scanning the pitch, organising the line, or who reacts better to danger. This is his first full season of La Liga, but he already looks like a very switched-on, smart defender who could blossom into a genuinely strong player. If you want to read a sensible transfers piece about your team, then you're in luck. We've expanded the series onto The Athletic, where dedicated club journalists have written a sensible transfers style article for every club listed here. And you can get 40% off an annual subscription to The Athletic by visiting theathletic.com/Tifo Football transfers. And start reading today.